homepage. Spent all your time, energy, and capital trying to get people to come to your website. They finally do, and then you squander it because you have a terrible user experience. Well, over the past several days, we've been talking about the user experience, and we've been talking about the ways that you can improve it. And today we're going to complete that chapter. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold. I am president of Vail Marketing. And every day we try to give you some tips, strategies, techniques, things that help you grow your business through better sales and marketing. And today we're going to finish up our conversation about user experience on your homepage. We started out this session talking about the main navigation and how you need to improve that. The next session we talked about the header and why the header is so the most important piece of real estate you own. Period. And then yesterday we went into the body of the homepage. And we talked about how every module is set there for a purpose, and the way it's structured is designed to keep people engaged, to reinforce the fact that you are the right choice to make. Now, if you didn't hear any of that, you really need to go back before you listen to this one and listen to those, because they set up the whole tenor. Today, we're just going to talk about the balance of the homepage, the final, what you need to consider. Are we done talking about UX UI? Well, for a while we are, because we're going to move on to something else over the course of the next week. But there's a lot more to talk about. We're going to talk about on-page SEO. We're going to talk about load speed for your website. All those are part of user experience, but not today. Today we're going to finish up talking about the modules. Where we ended up last time is we ended up talking about, I believe, module 4. Okay, in module 4 we talked about the fact that that was, I believe, testimonials. And that was an essential part of having the module 4, because that gave everyone midway through the confidence and the understanding, yeah, I can continue to trust them because other people have. Use the law of social proof to make that work for you. Today, we're going to talk about the 5th module, areas of specialization. Every business I know has something they do that makes them unique, makes them special. And they really, it might be, if you're a marketing agency, it might be the fact that you do things like SaaS marketing or manufacturing or whatever it might be. So those are the things that we specialize in. We get down to the area of specialization. We may talk about, technology, B2B SaaS, healthcare. Those are areas of specialization. You have yours, and this is your time to showcase this for everybody. This is your time to show everybody the fact that, yes, we have some specialization, but just as we did when we talked about, your main business model, main products or services, you need to make this in a very scannable fashion, because people are not going to sit there and read everything about you. They want to scan down that page and highlight the things that say, oh yeah, that applies to me, that doesn't. I need to go back to this one. Or, wow, I'm going to click on this link right now because that interests me. So when you get to the 5th module, make sure it's scannable. And what do I mean by that? Well, very simple. You have, a topic. What's about? It may be B2B SaaS. Then you have a brief little 2-3 lines to describe something that makes it aware that you understand that. And then I learn more. So they can click on and go to an interior page where you can give them the deep dive, the deep information, the deep understanding you have about that particular market segment or that particular area of specialization. That's how you get people to engage. And why do you want them to click into your interior page besides being scannable? SEO. Google loves the fact that you have interior links that takes them to more information. That's not only good user experience, it's good on-page SEO. We're going to talk about that when we get to SEO, but take that in mind now, make note of that, because that's important. The very next module, I talked about pet peeves. I talk about things that just grind me because people don't do. This is one of those areas that grind me because people don't do. It's so foolish not to. There's every reason to do it. Well, every good reason to do it and some bad reason not to. And what is that? Module 6. Besides having the header, I could say this is up there in the top 2, maybe 3 of the most important modules you're going to have on your website, on your homepage. Blog summary. What's a blog summary? Well, if you're doing marketing properly, and I say if because most companies don't, you're writing regular blogs. A regular blog, ideally every single day, but at least a few times a week. If you're really not on the sweet spot, it's 11 and about half times a month. You should be writing blogs. That's a real sweet spot, according to a HubSpot survey taken a few years back. But you should be writing a blog. And why do you want to put a blog summary? What is a blog summary, first off? A blog summary is a picture of that blog, the picture you're going to have on your blog that identifies what the top matter is about. a heading, and a brief, again, 2-3 lines about what that blog will be about, and then an opportunity to click on it to go read the blog. Why? Why do you want a blog on your homepage? I mean, there's a blog in your header that they say on the navigation say, go find the blog. They want the blog, they can find the blog. Why do you have a blog on your homepage? Blog summary. Well, for 2 reasons. One is SEO. Google loves fresh, original content on a regular basis. We've already established the most visited page on your website. It's going to be your homepage, most likely. And what's the one site, what's the one page, I should say, that rarely gets updated, rarely gets improved, rarely has new content? The homepage. So by putting your blog summary on the homepage, you automatically, every time you have a blog, you update that with new, fresh, relevant content. Great, huh? It's also user experience. If I'm scrolling down the page and I see an active blog, and this is key, active, where I can see that a couple times a week or every single day, you are promoting or content that is about my pain points and concerns, I'm going to realize that maybe you have something worthwhile to share with me. Maybe I ought to listen. Maybe I pay attention to what you have to say because you're active in this space. So from user experience, it's very critical that I see you're active. I see you're engaged. I see you know what you're talking about. And having a blog on that, as long as you keep it up. Now, if you're not going to do blogging, once or twice a month only, well, probably not a good idea to have on your homepage. It's not going to give you that SEO bump, and it's certainly not going to make it look like you're keeping up to date. But if you're doing marketing properly, you're going to do it on a regular basis. So you're going to want to have your blog on that homepage. That's module number 6. So again, that's one of my pet peeves, and I really think people just really miss out. All right, we're getting down to the bottom of the thing. And again, we talk about reminders, we talk about social proof, we talk about periodically as we go down this homepage to inject, to vaccinate, to give people the understanding that, yeah, I remember this is why I'm looking at you, because you have credibility, you have social proof. So as we talked about in module 1, that social proof is verification of trust. Verification of trust was third-party entities such as Capterra, which might be giving you badges. It might be certificates from HubSpot. It might be awards you received. We talked about in module 4, midway through, we provide testimonials from current clients because that again inoculates you. It tells you, yes, I remember. I want to look at this because everybody else is finding this to be a good person to do business with. This all goes back to Dr. Robert Cialdini and the laws of persuasion, the law of social proof, the law of authority, and the law of liking tend to apply here. So what do I do for this module here, the 7th module? The 7th module. Remember I had testimonials up and forth? Now I've got the logos of some of my clients. And make a variety. It doesn't have to be a lot. I recommend 6. Have at least 6 clients that basically we have the logos and say, oh, some they'll recognize, some they won't, but they can go check out their websites. They say these are real companies that have done business with you, that have authorized you to put their logos on their website. Gives you more social proof, inoculates you. Finally, at the bottom, just before the footer, have a call to action. I scroll down to the bottom of the page. I make it down there. For some reason, I found everything worthwhile, and I need to have a call to action. I don't want to looking for it. Make it easy. Make sure there's no friction. Yes, you're going to have it on the sticky navigation, but make sure that call to action is in the footer, and it can be for bottom of the funnel. It can be for a download a ebook, but make sure there's a call to action there. Finally, the footer, I'm just going to cover it very briefly. Have your contact information. Have a blog sign up or a newsletter sign up. Have a site map. Have your copyright, privacy, and terms of service links in the footer. Company logo, and honestly, remember we talked about don't put the social icons up in the header or up in the main nav. They go in the footer every single time. Every single social channel you're active in should have a logo in the footer, and it should be linked up to that social channel. But pro tip, don't have it leave the page. Have it come up with a separate page, so they're still on your website. They can go and get some social proof for looking at your LinkedIn at that point, LinkedIn profile, or go look at your company's Twitter feed, whatever. But have it so they can it pops up in a new window. So guys, that's really what I want to talk about for UX UI design for our homepage. As I said, we're going to have other conversations about page load speed, other conversations about on-page SEO coming up in the future. Tomorrow, we're going to shift channels completely. We're going to go look at an industry that I think deserves a lot more attention, is one of the most burgeoning industries out there, B2B SaaS. We're going to talk about what it is, how it's different from traditional marketing. And over the course of a few days, we're going to talk about strategies that we have utilized successfully for our clients that have changed their stocks. I mean, this is going to be a 3 or 4 or 5 day session that we're going to talk about B2B SaaS. We're going to go deep dive. This normally could be put into an ebook. We decided that for SEO purposes and other reasons, we're going to make it into a series of blogs. So tomorrow, I'll come back for that. If you like the content, if you found it worthwhile, but something you'd like to see more of this, please like, share, comment. If you have any questions that we didn't answer, if you'd like to look at your page and just give recommendations, let us know. We'd be happy to do so. Fill out a form on our website, send me an email, bill@prevail.marketing, or there's a phone number on our website. Give us a call. With that, everybody, I thank you for your time. And until tomorrow, have a great night.